Hey everybody. Yesterday was a very unusual day where the emotions went from high to low and back to high again. Um, and it all started with an attempted good deed on the part of myself and my wife. We wanted our granddaughter to have an electronic car. She loves vehicles. She loves being a passenger, whether it's a motorcycle, a tricycle, a karang, or even our SUV. She loves being in motor vehicles. So we bought her this. Quite frankly, I didn't know that it was battery charged. I thought it was just something she would pedal. But that's neither here nor there. In retrospect, maybe it was not the brightest idea to give a 2-year-old a motorized vehicle. It even comes with a remote control, which makes more sense. So her parents or her older sisters, aunts, and uncles can navigate from outside of the vehicle. So that allowed me to rest a little bit. When we went to town, we purchased it. We had to tie it on top of a tricycle to get it back home. And when we did, she came running out. She didn't know how to react. I don't know if she realized that it was for her or, you could tell she was happy but reserved at the same time. And then she was playing in it a little bit, and we discovered it has multiple functions. It can play music. It's got flashing lights. Again, it has the remote control. It goes in forward. It goes in reverse. It's a very stylish looking Jeep kind of Wranglerish vehicle. It even plays One Little Finger, which she insisted on playing over and over again. Finally, I taught her that if she wants to hear that song, she has to hit the button 4 times so it plays that particular song. Now, as a kindergarten teacher in China for all that time, that song is just too much for me. And now to hear it over and over again brings back bad memories in itself. And then we went home. A few hours later, I was feeding the dog. He's outside in a cage. And as I'm bringing the food towards his cage, I'm looking into the street, and I see my middle granddaughter, 8-year-old Bryneth, driving 2-year-old Stephanie in the car that we bought them. And I smile and ask, hello, Lolo, hello. All of them are so happy to see me. And as I'm going to put the dog's food into the cage, I have to turn my back on them. And all of a sudden I hear a silence. And then I hear crying. And I look through the gate because there's a lot of vegetation there. And I see that the car has fallen into the ditch. They call it a canal here. It's kind of a cross between a canal and a ditch. And it's for irritation. And it's pretty wide and pretty deep. And I panic and I run outside. And I've got my sandals on and I can't run in these damn things. Luckily, they fall off. As I'm going around, I have to open the gate. And there's the car lying sideways in the ditch, and they're pinned in there. It's making me relive the moment. Is making me emotional, and I don't know what to do. And I gutturally I scream out, "Oh my God!" And it was a real deep, manly scream. I will give myself that much. It wasn't a shriek, but it got attention of everyone. My wife came running from the backyard. My daughter, her sister, they all came running, and I don't know how to extricate it. My baby granddaughter's crying, so I don't know if anything's broken, and she kind of reaches out to me, and I pick her up, and I can see that she's okay, but she's scared, justifiably so, right? And then I help my older granddaughter, Bryneth, out, and she's concerned about her sister. Apparently, Bryneth had cradled her as they were falling and took the brunt of it. I think she hit her head against the concrete wall of the ditch. I got to show you a video of the ditch because my description is not doing it justice. It's not accurate. But, I've always wondered about the rationale of these things. They're just stupid. It's just poor. It's a poor irrigation system. It doesn't have to be that deep. It doesn't have to be that wide. I don't know why it is. And everyone came and they're checking out the babies and all. And I think that that's when the fear set in on Bryneth. the middle granddaughter, because that's when she started crying. My niece and I carried the car back to the house and brought it in. By this time, Stephanie had stopped crying, but Bryneth was crying uncontrollably. I looked it over, and I mean, I hate to think this way, but we just bought it, and now the the fenders are all scratched up. Everything else was just dust that I was able to wipe off. But it's brand new. It cost a lot of money. I didn't want it dinged up on the first day. But again, I mean, that's the least of my concerns, right? So I was very happy to see that my granddaughter's other grandfather, maybe half an hour later, was manning the remote control and the baby was in there. And I thought that was a great idea because I don't want her to be afraid of it. And then I spoke to my wife. I said, let's take Bryneth, the middle granddaughter, out to dinner just to let her know that we're not mad at her. We're not angry. It's an accident. Everything, no, she didn't mean anything. And I don't want her to become intimidated. So the three of us went out to dinner. And I think that was a good call, too. I think it was good parenting on all sides to get the baby, what do they say, get back on the horse right away so she's not afraid, and to let the other granddaughter know that there's no animosity, there's no ill will, and that we still love her, of course. So, like I said, emotional day, right? Oh, yeah.